Okay, excellent, excellent. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of jazz harmony, ear training, voicing, solfege, and improvisation and melodic studies. And let me see, what are we going to do today? Okay, I want to continue with scale clusters. I want to do dyads. I want to start from the beginning. I want to do seconds, triads. We were doing triads with solfege, and last week we didn't do intervals. We didn't have time to do intervals, and we didn't have time also to do our tension substitution voicing, and also we need to do our jazz blues progression. Okay. One moment, let me check something here. Okay, so we should be all set, and looking at the keyboard. Very good, very good. So I want to start with, one moment. I want to start with our scale cluster, and today I want to talk about a symmetrical diminished scale. So why don't we start with our symmetrical diminished scale? Okay, very good. As you can see, we're going to build it. Do, re, mi, fa, se, la, ti, do. Okay, so here we have is another scale, which is an 8th note scale. In left hand, we're going to have our root 9, flat 3, 11. I'm analyzing now on the spot. And then we have a flat 5, flat 13, diminished 7, major 7, and root. And today I'm not going to go into why do I analyze it like that, but just to build it via solfege syllables. And also, if we see up here, we have a harmonic function. Harmonic function. So if I'm in the key of C, I can have a 7 of 1. And that 7 of 1 would use a symmetrical diminished scale. So again, I can have a 7 of 2. It's going to use a symmetrical diminished 1. I can have a 7 of 3. I can have a 7 of 4. Again, I can have a 7 of 5. 7 of 6. And maybe theoretically, we could even have a 7 of 7. Okay. So that's our symmetrical diminished scale. And we're gonna build it. So here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, se, la, ti, do. And let's go to F. to G. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. Then let's go to A. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. Key of D. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. Key of E. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. And let's go to key of C sharp. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. Okay, and let's go to F sharp. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. And G sharp. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. And B flat. Do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. So if we go back to the key of C, we're going to see that we have that scale is built on a pattern of whole steps and half steps. So we have a whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. And then we use solfege, which is my favorite way of building scales. We have a do, re, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. And that's our symmetrical diminished scale. And as you can see over here, we can use the scale. Maybe I should use my other hand. Over here, we can use a diminished scale or a diminished major second scale. So those two scales actually can be connected with a symmetrical diminished scale. Okay, so I wanna. I skipped a step, and I shouldn't have skipped it. One moment. I would like to go backwards. I think I skipped a step. I was a bit in a rush trying to get the cameras and all the files and everything. So I want to go back and I want to work with my just warm-ups. Warm-ups. We're going to do single note warm-ups. We're just playing notes at random and we're singing them back. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now I want to hear my key centers. I want to use a triad, all the triad qualities: major, minor, diminished, major flat 5, augmented, sus4, and sus2. I want to use all of those triads to establish my key center. So here we go. And we're going to sing the root, and we're going to call it do. C. Do, E flat. Do, F. Do, A. Do, D flat. Do, G. Do, B. Do, F. Do. Okay, now we're gonna take it to the next level, which we've been practicing for a while, but I want to continue practicing. Is we're going to hear the third of the chord. So again, if I'm major, augmented, or major flat 5, I will have a mi. If I have a minor triad or a diminished triad, I'm going to have a mi. If I'm using a sus4, 5, sus2, re, Here we go. E flat. Mi. So I'm waiting for a couple seconds so everybody has time to hear before I actually play. C sharp. G, mi, D sharp, mi, F, fa, B, re, E, mi, G. Okay, so now I want to work with fifths. So again, if I have a major, minor, sus4, sus2, we're going to have sol. If I have a diminished triad or a major triad flat 5, say flat 5. And if I'm playing an augmented triad, I have a sharp 5 or C. C. So here we go. I'm going to play a triad and then I'm going to wait for 2 seconds so everybody kind of has time to process. E. So G sharp. High erg. Se. D flat. So E. Working on hearing, learning to hear the fifths of all the triads. C, A. So, D sharp. C, G. So, E, C, D flat, So, F, C, and B. Another augment. C. So let's just recap our warm-ups that we do every time, which is we start with single notes, then we do key centers, and then we try to hear the third and the fifth of different triads. Then maybe in a couple of weeks, I'm going to start taking it to another level. Instead of hearing the thirds or the root in 3 and 5 of triads, we're going to bring 7 chords. And of course, that takes the whole thing to another level. Excellent, excellent. Now I want to work, last week we started to work with diatonic triads and we're going to continue that work. Okay, excellent. So now we warmed up. And we have on top our triad configuration in root position using solfege. Do, mi, sol, do, mi, sol, do, mi, se, do, mi, se, do, mi, si, do, fa, sol, do, re, sol. Okay, I know here in this side the major flat 5 is being covered by this. One moment, what can I do? One moment. I think I know what to do. I think I know one. Bear with me. Okay. One moment. Okay. It's gonna take me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to replace this graph with another graphic. Perfect. And we'll be all set. Okay, perfect. Got it. So now, again, we have all our triads. A major, minor, diminished, flat 5, augmented, sus4, sus2, and we have this pattern which we're going to use to navigate through all the triad sequence. And here we have a new pattern, a new sequence. Yeah, so every time I'm going to change sequence, and that kind of changes our ear training warm-ups completely. So we're going to start with a minor triad. Yeah, if we look here, we have a minor, augmented, then we go to diminished, then major, sus2, flat 5, sus4. Yeah, this is a workout that when I was teaching at the Musicians Institute. Yeah, when I was teaching at the Musicians Institute, I used to use a lot. Eric, yes, one day I will do that, but actually I will have to do a different class. Yeah, because the focus of this class is more like theory, yeah, in ear training. But yeah, I'm thinking about that, and thank you so much for your suggestions. I'm actually working with some videos, and I will do a webinar on that. Okay, so why don't we start? Let's start with our sequence again: minor, augmented, diminished, major, sus2, major, flat 5, and sus4. So why don't we start? And we're gonna work with this pattern here: do, mi, sol, mi, or root 3, 5, 3, and do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi, si. As you can see, if we kind of change the sequence of chords, everything changes, and it's actually more real, more what we're going to end up dealing in music. Okay, so let's start with a different key. Let's start on the key of E. So we're going to do minor, augmented, diminished, major, sus2, major, flat 5, and sus4. So here we go. Do, mi, sol, si, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, sol, mi, do, re, sol, re, do, mi, si, mi, do, fa, sol, fa. Okay. Let's go to another key of G. And again, we're going to start with a minor triad, then augmented, diminished, major, sus2, major, flat 5, sus4, and we end up on major. Okay, so that's going to be our sequence, and it's a sequence that you can see right below the keyboard. So G major, starting with minor, and do, mi, sol, mi, augmented, do, mi, si, mi, diminished, do, mi, si, mi, major, do, mi, sol, mi, sus2, do, re, sol, re major, flat 5, mi, si, mi, do, fa, sol, fa, do. Okay, we're going to change keys. Let's go to another key. Let's go to the key of D. And I want to try something. I'm going to see if I can zoom in and if that's going to make a difference. Okay, maybe it does. But I'm gonna have to change again. Yes, perfect. Oops. Okay, I don't know if that helps, but maybe it does. Okay, we were in the key of D. Key of D. But now our sequence in the key of D is minor, augmented, diminished, major, sus2, major flat 5, and sus4. So we're gonna sing always using this pattern here, and minor. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, sol, mi, do, re, sol, re, do, mi, si, mi, do, fa, sol, fa, do. Okay, very good, very good. So now let's go to another key. Let's go to the key of A flat. We're in the key of A flat. So, and again, we're gonna follow that sequence. So we have minor, augmented, A flat, diminished. So in this case, it would be C sharp or G sharp, major, A flat major, A flat sus2, A flat major flat 5, and A flat sus4. Then we go back to major. So we're gonna sing starting on A flat minor and do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, se, mi, do, mi, sol, mi, do, re, sol, re, do, mi, se, mi, do, fa, sol, fa, do. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more keys. Let's do key of E. Okay, so what is the purpose of doing this? Okay, to my students. Okay, Irk, what is the purpose of doing this? Because you are an advanced pianist. Okay, so how about if you are improvising in one key? Let's say you are improvising in the key of C. Yeah. Okay, but now let's say that you want to explore, bass player is still playing on C. But how about if we start working with some modal interchange? Okay, what did I do? Okay, so I started in major, and maybe I went to a parallel Dorian. I went to a parallel Aeolian. I went to a parallel Lydian, and then I went back to my major key. Okay? And of course, whenever you're playing a blues progression, especially a stationary harmonic sequence, let's say the song stays in one chord for a little bit, so that's a perfect time to start working with some modal interchange. Or you can use it even in composition. You are working here you're in one key. Let's say we're gonna keep it major, C major, because it's very obvious. Okay, so, and then suddenly you wanna change to Mixolydian. Why not? Let's say you wanna change to Locrian. Why not? And then you wanna go back to major. Okay, so that is the purpose behind those exercises. Yeah, and so we're starting to get our ears more expanded and become our musical awareness a bit more sophisticated in our inner hearing. Okay, so let's go to another key. We were gonna go to we finished A flat, so let's do B. Okay, so we're in the key of B. Now our triad sequence is going to be minor, augmented, diminished, major, sus2, major flat 5, and sus4. So that's the harmonic sequence we're going to be following. So we're going to sing together and do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, sol, mi, do, re, sol, re, do, mi, si, mi, do, fa, sol, fa. Okay, let's do one more. Let's go to the key of E flat. Okay, so E flat. And our sequence is going to be E flat minor, augmented, diminished. Maybe then we can call it D sharp diminished, E flat major, C, E flat sus2, major flat 5, augmented. Then we can resolve back to major. So why don't we start? And we're going to sing. So the whole purpose is to sing at the same time that we're playing. So that has enormous benefits. Here we go. And do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, si, mi, do, mi, sol, mi, do, re, sol, re, do, mi, si, mi, do, fa, sol, fa, do. Okay, so that's our triad sequence with modal interchange workout of the week. Okay, and with this one, oh boy, we can take it forever. Yeah, so it's actually very, very, very useful. Okay, I wanna do something different. I wanna play a video that belongs to one of the books that I've done called Scales, Extensions, and Approach Notes. In going back to that book, I know I talked again and again. My students sometimes tell me, Carlos, you already talked about this. But yeah, I wanna mention that I wrote that book actually for myself, for my own training, and it has worked great. Yeah, and I wanna share different video tutorials that actually showcase different parts of this book. And one of the video tutorials I want to play is about harmonic function. So harmonic function it is, and here we go. Okay. Okay, harmonic function. Okay, now we're looking at chord scales and harmonic function. Here we have another super useful page, a harmonic function table. I wish I had this page when I was a student at Berkeley. Why? Because it summarizes in one page many of the chord scale possible harmonic functions. This is a page that we need to memorize. So, the page has 3 columns, one for chords, next scales, and the last column shows the harmonic function that is required for us in order to use any chord and scale combination within any key. Okay, so let me say it in a different way. I'm playing a certain song in a certain key and I find myself with a certain chord, and then I'm going to think, okay, what type of scale can I use in that chord within that key? Okay, so that page is all about that. So we're going to explore that concept. So let's say I'm in the key of G. I'm in the key of G, and now I want to look at the Lydian mode, the second row. So if I'm in the key of G and I have a 4 chord, a C major 7, I can use Lydian mode. If I'm in the key of G have a flat 2 major, I can use Lydian Mode. From the key of G, and I have a flat 3 major, I can use a Lydian Mode. If I'm in the key of G, and I have a flat 5 major, I can use a Lydian Mode. If I'm in the key of G, and I have a flat 6 major, I can use a Lydian Mode. If I'm in the key of G, and I have a flat 7 major, I can use a Lydian Mode. Yeah, so that page actually help us to see all those possibilities. Very, very useful page. That's why it's a page that we really should memorize. Okay, hope that you enjoy that snippet of a video. It's very useful. Again, harmonic functions. Harmonic functions, again, if I just want to describe it again, it would be what type of function does have this chord and scale or chord within a key. Yeah, and then the next step would be, okay, I'm going to connect this chord with the scale. So what function has this chord-scale composite within this key, within this song? Yeah, and the reason why we do that is so that we always can know what type of scale am I going to use as a performer or songwriter or composer or producer when I'm hitting this chord, which is in this key. Yeah, so, and yeah, not only for performers, not only for improvisers, yeah, also for producer, for songwriter. How about a producer? You are working with a bass line. You always want to know what is your first choice in a chord scale combination when you hit a certain point within a certain key. Okay, so I want to move on. And I want to do something else. Okay, we're back to solfege. Yes, solfege is good. It's very good for you, very good for me, very good for all of us. And we're working in solfege in the key of D minor, isn't it? Okay, and maybe I can even zoom in a bit more. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works. Okay, again, key of D minor. And what we're going to do is, first we're going to do our clusters on D minor. We have a natural minor, melodic minor, harmonic minor. Okay, and why don't we sing a diatonic thirds ascending only on the 3 scales? Okay, it's a warm-up. Do, mi, re, fa, mi, sol, fa, le, sol, te, le, do, ti, re, do. Let's do the same on melodic. Warm-ups, just warm-ups. Do, mi, re, fa, mi, sol, fa, la, sol, ti, la, do, ti, re, do. Okay, and now we're going to do the same on harmonic. And do, mi, re, fa, mi, sol, fa, le, sol, ti, le, do, ti, re, do. Okay, so those are our warm-ups. So what would be the next step? The next step would be to do some tapping. Okay, for this, I'm going to have to zoom out again. Oh boy. Okay, and I want to do conducting, and you can see my left hand. Maybe I can move the mic. Okay, yeah, because I want you to see my hand and my other hand doing tapping. Okay, so I want to mention again, we have the 3 modes of practicing solfege. Mode number 1, deals with syllables only. Okay, so we are doing syllables and tapping, and every time that we do a syllable, we change our tapping on a different leg. So, and the purpose of this is just to help us with our cognition levels of syllables within a movable DAW system. The next one is spoken. In my opinion, spoken will help us with sight reading, especially if you're an instrumentalist. Okay, so we're taking pitch away, which is a huge chunk of musical processing, and we're just dealing with rhythm and note syllables, conducting, and we're adding pulse, and we're shifting our conducting pattern from one hand to another one and doing all sort of different pulses. So we are really working with our groove and hand disassociation. Hand independence, sorry. We are working with our hand independence. Okay. So let's start with tapping. So we're in the key of C. First note is C sharp, T. Okay? But we're gonna do tapping only. And T, re, do, le, re, fa, me, do, me, sol, fa, re, fa, le, sol, me, do, le, sol, sol, fa, re, do, ti, sol, fa, sol, le, ti, re, do. Okay, let's go to our next example. I'm going to do 3 examples. I want to do, okay, here we go. Number 6, first note is do. And do, ti, do, re, me, le, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, sol, le, sol, fa, sol, me, re, me, fa, sol, do, le, fa, me, re, do, ti, do. Okay, as you can see in tapping, we're taking rhythms. We're taking everything out, only syllables. All rhythms out. Okay, I'm going to skip number 7 and go into number 8. Number 8, first note, me. So here we go. Me, re, me, do, me, fa, re, fa, sol, le, sol, fa, sol, do, re, me, do, me, fa, re, le, sol, fa, re, le, do, do. Okay, so now let's go back to number 5, example number 5. And now it's time to work on spoken solfege. So we're going to conduct with our right hand, 3/4 pattern, down, right, up, 1, 2, 3. Left hand, what should we do? How about pulse in 2? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we go. 1, pulse, 3. Ti, re, do, le, re, fa, me, do, me, sol, fa, re, fa, le, sol, me, do, le, sol, sol, fa, re, do, ti, sol, fa, sol, le, ti, re, do. Okay, let's go to the next example. Let's go to example number 6. How about if we change hands? So now left hand, because it's mirrored to right hand, down, out, up. So it would be down, left, up. And right hand, let's keep it simple. We're going to do pulse in 1. So it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Do, ti, do, re, me, le, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, sol, le, sol, fa, sol, me, re, sol, do, le, fa, me, re, do, ti, rest, do. Okay, I want to redo this. I want to do this exercise again, but now I want to do pulse in 2. Pulse in 2. So here we go. 1, pulse, and do, ti, do, re, me, le, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, sol, le, sol, fa, sol, me, re, me, fa, sol, do, le, fa, me, re, do, ti, pulse, do. Okay, how about if we do it again? But now we're going to do pulse in 3. Pulse in 3. Okay, so I'm just exploring my different pulses. Yeah, and this is actually very important. When I'm teaching now in California College of Music, you know, this is something I have my students do. And we find it very challenging, actually. So, 1, 2, pulse. Do, ti, do, re, me, le, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, sol, le, sol, fa, sol, me, re, me, fa, sol, do, le, fa, me, re, do, ti, do. Okay, so I went through this example 3 times just to explore the possibilities of this practice. Okay, so now we're going to do number 8. Okay, let's switch to right hand. So 1, 4, 4. And how about left hand? We're going to do pulse in 2 and 4. So it's going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, and me, re, me, do, me, fa, re, fa, sol, le, sol, fa, sol, pulse, do, re, me, do, me, fa, re, le, sol, fa, sol, re, me, re, le, pulse, do, do. Okay, so let's do this again. But now we're going to conduct with our right hand. Right hand being mirror, would be down, in, out, up. Okay, and how about, just to keep it simple, we're going to do pulse in 1 and 3. So we shift from right hand 2 and 4 to left hand 1 and 3. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Me, re, me, do, me, fa, re, fa, sol, le, sol, fa, sol, pulse, do, re, me, do, me, fa, re, le, sol, fa, re, le, do, do. Okay, so now we're gonna put everything together. We're gonna go back to number 5 and we're gonna sing. And I cannot conduct because I have to play the keyboard. So you're gonna sing together with me. T. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ti, re, do, le, re, fa, mi, do, mi, so, fa, re, fa, le, sol, mi, do, le, sol, sol, fa, re, do, ti, sol, fa, sol, le, ti, re. Okay, so as you could see, I was playing a pedal. Yeah, it's actually the very best way to start, you know, to do the very first pass. And of course, then we even could reharmonize a little bit. Yeah, and then we are still singing the melody. What can we do? Okay, let's see. Do, re, ti, re. dominant. Re, fa, mi, do. Okay, maybe we go to the flat 3. Mi, so, fa, re. Okay, we can go to the flat 6. Fa, le, and then to the 5. So, so, mi, do, le, so, so, fa, re, do, ti, so, fa, sol, le, ti, re, do. Okay, so that's something that you can explore on your own. You can take this melody, yeah, and then you can reharmonize it. And then once you reharmonize it, you can play the reharmonized version, the harmonic sequence on the keyboard or on the guitar while you are singing the melody. Of course, that's a very, that's an advanced application of solfege. And, actually, we don't have to do it in this class, but an idea, okay? That's actually a great, cool idea. Okay, so let's go to number 6. First note, do, 1, 2, 3. Do, ti, do, re, mi, le, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, do, le, sol, fa, sol, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, do, le, fa, mi, re, do, ti. Okay, and now let's sing number 8. Number 8. Mi. Okay, I'm just gonna play pedal. Yeah, keep it simple. 3, 4. Mi, re, mi, do, mi, fa, re, fa, sol, fa, sol, le, sol, fa, sol. Sorry for that. Okay, since I made a mistake, I want to start from measure 64, beginning of the second line. 3 and mi, re, mi, do, mi, fa, re, le, sol, fa, mi, re, le. Okay, so that's it for solfege today. And I want to do one more thing. So maybe we don't get to do blues today, but I want to do voicings. And one moment, let me close this. Okay. And yes, today we're going to do a dominant 7. Let's see if I can zoom in again. That's going to be... Okay, so we have here a dominant 7. And in this dominant 7, let's say that I could be in Lydian flat 7. I can connect this dominant 7 with a Lydian flat 7 scale. So then my extensions or tension substitutions, if I'm still working with a 4-note chord, I could have a 9/4 root, and instead of the 5, my 5 can go to the sharp 11. So the chord that I'm going to end up with is going to be a, one moment, the chord I'm going to end up is going to be a re, mi, fi, te. Re, mi, fi, te. Okay, so let's build this chord in all different keys. We're in root position. Re, mi, fi, te. Here we go. C. Re, mi, fi, te. flat. D flat. E. One. Let's do G flat. Okay, I just want to talk about this practice. When I was teaching at the Musicians Institute and I started to use intervals in order to visualize, I found out that my students were able to start visualizing, right and left, and they were playing voicings that, I even couldn't play when I was a student at Berkeley. So that was very good. But then I found out a problem. They developed their visual part of their musical perception, but the auditory hadn't developed yet. Yeah, so they were able to play those voicings on the keyboard or guitar. They could see them very well, but they couldn't hear what they were doing. So then I started to incorporate a solfege, and we sang every note of the voicing that we were actually playing. And here, of course, we're just singing it up, going up, but then we were singing top down, bottom up, or different sequences. Okay, so I'm just going to describe what we did. So let's say I have this re, mi, fi, te, but we also can sing it te, fi, mi, re, te, fi, mi, re, and then it's a totally different experience. So we can go mi, re, fi, te. Or another permutation, mi, fi, re, te. Mi, fi, re, te. And we apply that pattern through all different keys. Or how about this other one? We can do te, re, fi, mi. Okay? Te, re, fi, mi. And we go to another key. Te, re, fi, mi. And we go to another key. So we start playing with all different type of permutations, and we take the chord to different keys. The result was that we all started to hear our voicings like we never did. Yeah, and that was very good for me as an educator to find that we were able to do that. Okay, I want to go to first inversion now. Okay, first inversion, and let me get my first inversion happening here. Okay. First inversion. Again, if I have my first inversion chord, and my root is going to go to the 9 because I'm working, in this case, with a Lydian flat 7 connected with a dominant chord, and my 5 is going to go to a sharp 11. I'm going to have this voicing. So let's play this voicing in all different keys. G. Mi, fi, te, re. D flat. Mi, fi, te, re. A flat. E flat already. F. Mi, fi, te, re. Okay. So, let's go to second inversion. Second inversion. Okay, options. Okay, we are here back in, oh no, okay. One moment. We're in second inversion now. Okay, maybe, yes, you can see the bottom note. Okay, I can do something because I'm not gonna go this high. Let's see if this works. Yes, it works, perfect. Okay, now we have a second inversion dominant chord, and my 5 is gonna go to a sharp 11. I'm not gonna call it flat 5, but I'm not gonna go into that. My root is gonna go into the 9, so I'm gonna have a sharp 11, flat 7, 9, 3, fi, te, re, mi. And here we go, we're gonna sing. Fi, te, re, mi. Let's go to F. Again. B flat. A flat. And one last one. Let's do G flat. A flat. And one very last one. D flat. Okay. So now I want to go to our third inversion. Yes, we have third inversion. So if I have a third inversion chord, and then I'm gonna, my root is gonna go to the 9, and my 5 is gonna go to the sharp 11. So I'm gonna have a flat 7, 9, 3, sharp 11, te, re, mi, fi. So let's sing. Te, re, mi, fi, E. Te, re, mi, fi, A. G flat. Te, re, mi, fi. B. Te, re, mi, fi. D. Te, re, mi, fi. And G flat. So we explored our dominant 7, 9, sharp 11 or sharp 11, 9 voicing. Okay, very good. Well, folks, thank you for being with me today. And again, we didn't have time to do a blues part. We did our voicings. Yeah, so that was good. And next week, we're going to continue our explorations. We're going to hopefully cover more scales, more modes, more intervals, more tension substitution voicings, and also more different practices. Today, I wanted to do Triads, yeah, but I didn't have time. There is something else that I've been working with. I always try to combine intervals with solfege in my melodic development. So there is something I started to work, which is starting to do all different 2-5-1 patterns, but using solfege. So that's going to be a lot of fun to do. Okay, and also it's going to be great for me because I wanna review those that practice. Okay, excellent, and I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you next week. same channel